So I'm really excited to be here today with our Team AMS ambassador, Jody Cundy. Jody, great to meet you. So Jody, what is your sport and how did you get into it?
At the moment I'm a track cyclist on the GB team. Competed at Paralympics in Beijing, won 2 gold medals there, current world champion as well. But that's kind of the second half of my career. I started off in sport and competing for GB as a swimmer. So that was my original sport. I learned how to swim when I was 5 after almost drowning, and then after that it was kind of took off and went to my first World Championships in '94. Came home with a world title after that and didn't really look back. Went to then 3 Paralympics as a swimmer, and then it got to the point where my swimming was on its downward slope. I knew that I had maybe one more major championship left in me if I was really successful, and I could maybe come away with a medal and possibly go to Beijing as a swimmer. But in the same time I'd moved to Swansea to be down the performance centre. I was based down there for swimming, and I got invited to have a go on the velodrome in Newport, which kind of fired my interest up into track cycling. I had a few more sessions on the track. I came up to Manchester, had a go on the velodrome there as well, really loved it. Ended up entering the national championships, and first race I was a British record holder. So
it was literally by chance that
by chance I jumped on the velodrome. I mean, I'd always rode a bike when I was younger. Like that's kind of my mum and dad's overriding memory, other than taking me to and from swimming, is opening the back door and looking left and right twice before I came zooming past. So I was always on my bike, always doing something on my bike, but it wasn't until kind of my swimming career got to the end that I found that actually riding the bike I was pretty good at.
Okay Jody, if we can turn to you now, can you just tell me a little bit about your background?
So I went to university in Hatfield, then I, after training there for many years, I then moved to Swansea to be at the High Performance Centre there, and then following Beijing and the successes I had there, I thought it was most useful to come up to Manchester, be based where British cycling are based, and really maximise my potential going into London.
So here's one for many of the people in AMS. Do you have a girlfriend?
Fortunately for all those out there looking, I do. Met her through cycling. She was a photographer at the World Championships.
And what 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
Ooh, it's always a tough question, that one, but I think honest, dedicated and fast.
And what company would you most like to work for?
Company, that would probably be McLaren. Like my absolute favourite car is the McLaren F1. British cycling has a link to McLaren, but unfortunately I've never had that connection and got to go. I mean, I've always seen the stuff on TV and their facility just looks mind-blowing. But yeah, maybe in the future, but we'll see.
So Jody, thanks so much for spending time with me today. Good luck in your future training and competitions, and welcome to the AMS family. I hope you enjoy being part of Team AMS.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.